Jar is whispering in the ears of smaller creators, trying to get them, you know, get them to do things. We all know this. He screwed himself. And when people found out that he was lying, misrepresenting, or just straight up leaving out, people picked up on that and dogged him for it.
I'm gonna be real here. Who the watches live streams?
Who the watches you? Nobody anymore. Nobody gives a about what you're doing, Jar. The only time people care is when you decide to open your fucking mouth like the autistic you are. No one wants to cancel Jar. Jar is just such an idiot that he gives content constantly because he's an idiot. Jar, no matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter where you go, no matter what channel you try to talk to make yourself look like a victim, I will go out of my way to A-log it to death.
You're suing a man and you ended with a fucking dog hitting a fucking drum! Oh, I'm fucking mad.
Cops is filmed on location with the men and women of law enforcement. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
Dude, I go missing for like a week, right? And I forget how to do everything. Hello, welcome back. This is kind of a problem. When I'm not around, Jar thinks it's a good idea to poke his little head out of whatever hole he's in. And honest to God, I give Jar some props here for having the balls. He's having the balls to open his mouth up in 2025 at this point. He's got the balls. All right. I don't know how Just a Robot thinks that he can find a new group of people that are just going to take him at his word. But, you know, it is what it is. We need to start off with something very important before we get into the video. OK, very important to the generous donations that already got us started. $10 from Rift Jar Tent in this economy. My Lord, true. I can't believe we're doing Jar Tent this late in the game. Then we have more Jar Tent because June the King's dropping a video on him, which is just best thing I've heard all year. Best thing I've heard all year is a June the King video covering the Just a Robot stuff. I can't wait. I can't wait because I know June follows me on Twitter. And June has used my content before. I'm not going to say he's putting it in this video now, but I know June knows what goes on. All right. June isn't some sort of like anonymous third party kind of person. Like he knows the memes. He knows what's going on. All right. So that June video, Jar, if you think it's going to vindicate you in any retrospect whatsoever or make you look more sympathetic, you are blatantly wrong. All right. Like I'm just telling you right off the bat. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe June will be, you know, the saving grace of Just a Robot. But based on how June has been making videos lately, I don't think that's going to happen, Jar. I don't think that's going to happen, you autistic fuck. I don't think it's going to happen, Autismo Supreme. All right? Autismo Supreme, dude. Now, Vincent, I know you watch these streams, buddy. I know you watch. All right? You need to learn something. All right, buddy? I know you're trying to get started in the commentary scene. I don't know how long you've been doing this, right? This is the first shot across the bow for you, bud. Don't trust people like Just a Robot and go based on their word and then also mix weirdo conspiracy theories into it, okay? Because that doesn't help. If anything, it starts to get more people to pay attention in a way that you did not want them to pay attention to in this way. It's kind of ridiculous that we're here right now with the amount of information that we have on Just a Robot, both from a decade-long legacy of being an autistic tard that is terrible to every person he comes into a contact with, or a liar to every person he's in contact with. We also have everything involving the City Bear stuff, the City Bear group chat leaks with Kumo and the rest of them, the dramas with Kumo, the dramas with Evan and Goblin, and all these people that were involved in this overall situation that doesn't even include the decade worth of shit that Jar has done, okay? You need to learn that Jar is trying to use you as a patsy, as a scapegoat, because he's too much of a fucking coward to say it himself. That is Jar's MO for years, dude. For years. Jar is the biggest pussy and will hide behind every person that he can so that he doesn't have to just own it. His response video was him deflecting everything. And you actually messed stuff up in this video. Maybe I would have agreed with you in regard to the Becket Kumo thing, which, to be fair, the Kumo and Becket stream that they did together. Becket knows this. This is not something private. I hated that stream with Kumo because I knew Kumo was a snake. I knew Kumo was a liar. Kumo's a piece of shit. Always has been, always will be, okay? Trying to say that people were coordinating behind the scenes to sacrifice Just a Robot is not the way you should be doing this. Becket was just too charitable to a schizophrenic retard that doesn't deserve it, okay? That's like the worst crime that you can say that Becket did in this, in my opinion. But, you know, just fuck me, right? Fuck me, right? You know what I mean? But that's where we're at. Jar is whispering in the ears of smaller creators, trying to get them, you know, get them to do things. The woke mob misunderstands my video. Vincent, please tell me you are not doing a live stream. Please tell me you're not doing a live stream, buddy. I'm begging you. You're just going to dig this hole deeper. You're just going to dig it deeper. If you put this video out, I watched it independently with no one else reacting to it. I just found it randomly. I wasn't even sent it. I watched a good chunk of it, and I'm just sitting here going, what are you talking about? So I want to present this to you because I know Becket already went over it yesterday, but I was eating myself alive not covering it yesterday because of work. So let's go over the most recent Just a Robot defense video, and then we're going to see how Jar's handling everyone shitting on it. Oh, by the way, thank you for the 5, Crippled Steel. Come on, nobody wants to join his Autistic Super Nation that's proposed on his second channel. Autistic Super Nation? I'm sorry, what? Is Jar trying to build an Autistic Super Nation? Is that what's happening? What am I missing? Your tribute to the racking? Thank you, Captain C. Appreciate it.
Future begins.
Are you kidding me? Why are you opening up the vault scene? Is he trying to say this is like a done and dusted drama with the vault scene? Or that I don't know what he means in the beginning of the video like this, but okay.
It seems like Just a Robot got screwed from all angles by trying to cover the...
No. We're 15 seconds in. No, he didn't. Here's how I know he didn't. Because Jar constantly lied about how he was going to cover the video. Then there's the whole panic uploading thing with Kumo. Then there's the snake DMs to Chud, the snake DMs to everybody else, the Kumo leak group chat involving Cinny Bear. We all know this. We all know this. He screwed himself. And when people found out that he was lying, misrepresenting, or just straight up leaving shit out, people picked up on that and dogged him for it. Rightfully so.
The Sydney Bear 03 drama. So let me go over the elements of this drama that a lot of people have overlooked. First, a quick recap. It all started with Jar making a horrible video
let's listen to the recap. Maybe I'm just jumping to conclusions in the first 15 seconds.
Did another YouTuber named Cinny Bear 03, Cinny for short, from grooming allegations. From her roommate, another YouTuber named Birdie. Now, you couldn't tell this from looking at Jar's channel, given the video wasn't even up for 48 hours. Jar was asked by many why he decided to reach out to Sydney, and Jar cites a interaction he had with that creepy reading, which seems to check out.
Now, I personally don't believe you have to interview every single person you make a video on, but I got shit from that creepy reading for not interviewing Dav.
Why Jar?
You see right there. You see that? You see what Jar's doing there? Instead of just saying, yeah, I believe that I should start doing that more often. Instead, he has to do like some kind of fucking sneak diss to that creepy reading. This is why this guy sucks, okay? This is why Just a Robot fucking sucks. Because he can't just go, man, I messed up, or move on from it. He's got to internalize it. He's got to hold on to it for the rest of his life. And then he's got to take pussy pod shots in the middle of a random video at random people. Because Jar's too much of a pussy to actually just move on with it.
I thought he would apply to this is something I don't even want.
Wait, what did he miss?
You make a video on.
And Jar cites a interaction. Was asked by many why he decided to reach out to Sydney, and Jar cites a interaction he had with that creepy reading, which seems to check out.
Why are we not bringing up all the other Google documents that had hundreds and hundreds of screenshots, hundreds, proving this stuff? And then Jar turns around and Jar tries to say, I did read the documents, but then lied about it, saying, well, I can't read documents. I'm dyslexic. I need somebody to read it for me. And Professor Dreadlock wasn't around. Then in his initial video, the one that got leaked to Lio, the one that we are referencing, his original video was a full condemnation of Cine, where he pretended that he read the fucking documents. Like,
I personally don't believe you have to interview every single person you make a video on, but I got shit from that creepy reading for not interviewing Dav.
Why Jar thought he would apply
Hello,
to
Fitman.
this is something I don't even want to attempt to ask him. That's really something
why not? Why are we not asking him that?
This is something I don't even want to attempt to ask him.
The reason he did this was because Creepy Reading yelled at him that he didn't interview Daft Pina, and Just a Robot is being a pussy, saying, well, Creepy Reading told me I need to interview people, so I guess I'll start interviewing people. Fuck it. And Jar can't interview for shit. He can't. Jar cannot interview to save his fucking life. All right? If somebody had Just a Robot in a CIA bunker with all of his fingernails attached to a fucking table, he would not do well if he was innocent. He'd just be like, oh, I did do it. I'm just dyslexic. Like, this dude is an idiot. He's a retard, Vincent, okay?
That's really something I personally think he should have addressed in responding with receipts instead of half the crap he did. But I bring it up because that, along with another element that caught my interest within the video, probably played a bigger factor, but maybe he could have worked that in also.
And I believe
He was not going to be able to work in the pyrocynical angle. Oh my God. I'm so fucking pissed off by this, because Jar used the pyrocynical videos and the pyrocynical, like, vindication, I guess you want to call it, right? As a means to show that, well, City Bear is the exact same thing. They weren't. At all, under any circumstance, were they the same. And Jar trying to make that comparison showed how little he understood the fucking situation. And on top of that, there are DMs with Jar and Kumo where Jar is saying, well, we can get a really big creator on our side. We're going to bring Cine into the fold. And it's like, how are we defending Jar under any circumstance?
that Cine was gaslit into doing that by her roommate who goes by it pronouns. When I saw Kumo coming to the same conclusions about Cine that I came to,
Kumo debated two people on fucking Twitter about it, and they called in to argue with him about it, and he just crashed the hell out. He didn't change their minds. He didn't make good arguments. It was trash. We all knew it was trash. That's why nobody took the Kumo debate seriously.
along with witnessing him beating a few people in debates about it.
Jar, I'm going to say this again. Vincent, really think about what Jar's about to say here. Jar is saying that a schizophrenic that is known to make shit up or just do crazy shit in general, okay? He took that guy's word because he did debates with other people on the internet instead of coming to his own conclusion. Does that not sound insane to you, Vincent?
So what I did ask him in DMs is, in your video, responding with the receipts, you talked about seeing Kumo beat some people in debates about it. Do you remember where these debates took place? Jar answered back,
It was in his comments. I think he was also in a stream with a few people that started becoming more empathetic to Shinny.
Since Kumo deleted it.
That is the dumbest reasoning of all time. Hey, this one guy did a debate with two other people that are glub shittos that no one cares about and barely know the situation themselves. I'm going to completely change the entirety of my YouTube video and my allegation video to start defending this person when I have done none of the research at all. Vincent, doesn't that sound fucking dumb to you?
His channel, not a surprise to me, because let's just say I talked to him.
Why do you think Kumo deleted the channel? Because he got bodied, dude. He got bodied. He copyright struck flatly. He started fighting with every single person on the platform about it. Everybody. And he left because he got raped. He got raped verbally by everybody. What is this? I know you have your issues with me, but I don't take that shit personally. Just noticed this and thought I'll share. So they unlisted Kumo. Okay, whatever.
A while ago, before this whole shit show went down. And I thought I was smart of him when he claimed he was leaving commentary on one of his streams quite a while ago. Clearly that didn't happen, and it probably would have been smarter for him to get out of commentary.
Wow, thank you for the very, very good insight that Kumo should not have been a part of commentary anymore. Everyone's been screaming that for like 5 years now because that guy is a useless dreg of society, and anyone that tries to use him as a reference for a drama jar are retarded. Like, why are we doing this video? What is the point? Thank you, Kai Rice, for the 12 months, dude. You can bang up the OG Jar Cine video for contrast. No, I know the whole video like the back of my fucking hand. I don't even need to pull it up. You all know the story. You all know it. I don't need to tell you. We milked Jar for all he was worth, okay? We milked that retard. You should all know this. Thank you for the 12 months, Jack. He sounds like a mentally ill G-man from Half-Life 2. True.
Despite that, I managed to find a sample of one of those debates on Chud Logic's second channel.
We're talking about fucking girl talk here. We're talking about these two were
Vincent, do you see why Jar's a fucking idiot right here?
New donation
do you
from
see that?
Core.
Hold on, Core. I'll get to your dono in a second. Do you see what the fuck I'm talking about here? Kumo just said that this is girl locker room talk involving a minor and an adult when the adult was sending rape pornography to them and getting them into calls to have the role play for the rape pornography. Vincent, this is why Jar is indefensible, because when he references this debate and the comments that he is arguing with people, this was his take. That was Kumo's take. Isn't that fucking insane to you? Isn't that insane to you that Jar thinks that that was a good thing to try and fight back on? Enraging autistic inflection reminds me why the president wants all of us at death camps. True. Did Kumo read the docs? Apparently he did, and he still called it, what's it called? He still called it girl talk, which is an insane notion to make, okay? I cannot believe having the balls to say that with the information that was out there.
gooning over.
Talk, dude?
Yeah, dude, they're sitting here they're sitting here fucking.
Need to calm down. Calm down. No, I'm full of rage today, dude. I'm full of rage. Okay.
Talking about?
Oh my god, they were frothing at the. They were frothing.
Retarded right now.
All right, okay, you're retarded. So you're gonna listen to me speak, okay?
Oh, he did the. I forgot he did the mute Amos thing where he was just like, "Oh, we're just gonna mute Amos. So you're gonna listen to me, retard." It's like, bro, come on.
You know, I feel like this is kind of how he presented it when we spoke even.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do
No, I'm crashing out that Just a Robot thinks in his retarded Superman shirt-addled brain that he could start going onto other platforms and trying to take pod shots at people, okay?
I make money off depressed people?
But then, wait a second. Hold on.
Video today?
How would I feel if Jar made a video on me? I would hope that he would put the blackface thumbnail in there and say that Chris is a racist for making me look like I have blackface, and I will have the best time of my life. What does he got to say? Oh, wow, Chris says slurs and he's really mean, and he might have slipped up here and there involving his verbiage or wording and things. Oh, wow. Wow, dude. Oh!
Hold on a second.
I think for 30 months, Q. With this and Brad, audio, Rage's flavor of the day, true.
When was this? When did this come out? 24th of September.
The important thing I want to take away from this is the date, which is September 24th. These seem to be the factors that led Jar to getting into contact with Cine directly via DM, which happened on September 20th.
Are you having a VC? All right, we already did all this.
28th, 2024. The timeline gets complex from here, so I'm going to skip ahead to where Kumo gets a hold of Jar's second draft, where Kumo uploads it to his channel, which causes Jar to panic upload his video.
Why are we making it sound like that was an excuse? Well, he uploaded his second draft of the video, so Jar panic uploaded the worst fucking video of all time. Why does that sound like we're making like some kind of excuse there for it? Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? Why are we making it sound like that? It's like, well, Kumo did this, and it made Jar panic upload. So, like, who cares?
In a rush.
What's your favorite Mass Effect class? Better Soldier and Sentinel? Soldier and Vanguard. This guy's autism accent is worse than Jar's. He should do a robot voice.
Bad move on Jar's part that leads to the failure cascade that follows. Now, most people know about Jar's horrible appearance on Chud Logic stream, but here's...
Yeah, it was funny. Jar was lying to people, trying to get in Chud's good graces. Jar also lied in DMs to people about Chud and in group chats with Chud. And those DMs got leaked to Chud. And then when he was on there, he didn't get off the stream and just proceeded to get raped by FPS Diesel and Queeman. Like,
Here's a quick recap for those who are uninformed. It was suggested to Jar that he should send his video on Cinny Bear by Cinny to Chud.
Cinny Bear by Cinny. I feel like Romantic Goblin was actually the one pushing for that, and then Cinny said, yeah, you can send that to him. If I remember the exact breakdown, like line by line, from the DMs that leaked between the Cinny Bear support chat. I think it was, they were talking about it. Cinny Bear liked the coverage that Chud did. And they were like, well, Chud can look everything over, you know, like he's fair, like all that shit. Why aren't we just showing those DMs? I put every single DM between that group chat on my own live stream. I leaked all 5,000 messages. Why are we not putting that in there? And I'm going to be honest, I'm 90% sure it was City saying, yeah, I liked Chud's coverage before. And Jar was like, oh, well, he's somebody that's trustworthy. And then Romantic Goblin pushed Cinny to be okay with that, which led in turn that Cinny told Jar to do that. You're missing like a component there.
Chud Logic for Chud Logic.
It's the voice of Worse Than Smaggles. True it is.
To review. And Chud agreed to watch the video and gave his thoughts on it. Then right after that, someone leaks Jar's DMs to Sydney, to Chud Logic on that very same.
Because Chud went through the video and recognized that the video was dog shit. So then as the tides are turning, Kumo and the rest of them are panicking, and they're just going to throw Jar to the bus. I get what you're trying to say here. I get it. But to be fair, that doesn't change anything. It doesn't change any of the criticism that Jar has. It hasn't changed any of the actions that Jar made. None of it. It's changed nothing.
Same stream, and Chud started reading them. That's when we get this moment. Most watched, it seems, where you can see Chud smile a bit before exploding into apparent rage because he's making it out like Jar's trying to use him here.
Which Jar was. Within those DMs, Jar was doing that. Jar was coordinating with the groomer to get Chud Logic to look at that video because they thought that they could get it past Chud, and it wasn't. It was bad. He was using Chud. It was obvious from the DMs. Whether or not that was intentional or unintentional, it's still Chud Logic being used to try and change the narrative on a groomer story that was easy to fucking tell what was going on. Then you have the other part of this, where I don't get why Vincent's doing it this way, where he's like, well, he smiled a little and then had an apparent rage. Dude, when you see that somebody's talking shit on you in real time, you're going to smile a little bit. And then when you have an opportunity to blast it to the internet, you're going to make it entertaining and funny. Like, that's just what it is. Well, let's just remember you never defended Jar, and infinitely more useful to society.
Okay, dude. Also, I'm going to try and reach out to Chud Logic. Ooh.
Oh, right there. And it was Jar that suggested reaching out to Chud Logic. So, Vincent, right there, I'm going to try and reach out to Chud Logic. Cinny just goes, oh, I remember liking his stream. That is not indicative of Cinny saying, hey, I need you to get this to Chud Logic, or we need Chud on our side. Jar's the one that said he was going to reach out to Chud.
I remember liking his stream. I think with his help, along with the recording.
You little fucking bitch! You little wretch! Is that what you thought, was it? Is that what you thought? You thought you could piss on my boots and tell me it's raining? Well, tough fucking shit, bro. Unlucky. What fucking planet do you think you're on that you can use my platform? Like,
yeah, Jar is real masterclass Riz trying to follow a bunch of girls at VidCon that said, please leave me alone. Now, when I say that, I am not calling Just a Robot a guy that would do anything harmful to the women, okay? I'm not saying that. I'm saying that Just a Robot is a fucking weirdo, which I don't think anyone's going to argue against.
Like that. You think I wasn't going to fucking notice, you fucking retard. You little autistic freak.
Holy fuck, dude, I'm furious. I'm fucking furious, bro. Who does this guy think he is? He thinks he can fucking launder his shitty video past me without noticing and be put out on my channel to my fucking viewers.
After that, for some reason, Jar decides to go on the Chud Logic stream.
Because Jar's an idiot, Vincent. It's not for some reason. It's because Jar has no level of self-preservation without somebody being in his ear. That's why he's going to you guys. That's why he's going to, smaller channels. No offense, bro. He's going to smaller channels to get them to listen to him so that they could do his dirty work for him, because he's trying to find another Lio. He's trying to find another daddy that's willing to take the hits for him, bro. I'm not even mad at you. I'm more mad at Jar thinking that he could do shit like this.
Where they milk him for content. This all happens on...
Who cares that they milk him? Like, who gives a shit? Genuinely, who cares? Everyone in commentary milks people. If you're a complete fuck up and you don't learn from the fuck ups and you keep fucking up, you become a lol cow. That has been the overall, natural development of a cow.
October 13th, 2024. At this point in time, let me switch over to the one recorded session I did with Jar, going over the next sort of event in this drama. Here.
I don't think you've done the same thing here. I'm more, again, in the same way that Jar's like...
Okay, here's where I'm going to criticize Becket, and I have no fucking problem saying this out loud. This hand-holding interview with Kumo, I have told Becket I hated Kumo. I told Becket that we shouldn't trust Kumo, and he was like, but bro, I don't know, bro. Kumo not bad. Kumo not that bad before all the other shit started to come out. And I was like, dude, you're getting, this guy's going to fuck up, and you're going to have to deal with the repercussions. Was Chris right again? Was Chris right again about Becket surrounding himself with shitty people? Oh, Chris was right again.
Oh, people are going to say he's the next Coyote, which I am going to start saying, by the way, because he has done exactly what Coyote tried to do.
So he's saying you're doing exactly what Coyote's doing. I find this a little bit insane.
I don't. Here's why I don't. To be realistic, saying he's exactly like Coyote obviously is going to give Jar an out. Becket fucked up there, 100%. What I would say is, essentially what Jar's done is what everyone got pissed off at Coyote Lovely for, where he was trying to be close, friendly, got weirdly sexual or weirdly attached to hypnotist Sappho. If Becket just said that, all right? If Becket said that, Vincent would have nothing. Nothing. And I'm pretty sure that is what Beckett's trying to say. But Becket is an idiot and went way over the line on it, because now it gives Jar a sympathy in a victim situation where he's like, oh, well, I didn't have hypnotist Sappho draw me like sexualized cartoons. I didn't try banging a pedophile. And it's like, well, Jar, you did a bunch of sleepy time calls with Cinny and did weird, flirtatious DMs. Buddy, how else am I supposed to look at that, Jar?
Yeah.
What, Embre? What? Check my DMs? What? The comment again, so you don't have to go look for it. What comment? What is this? All right, what is this? What is this in reference to? The comment? Just watch the video. Title is a trick. Yeah, most people would choose a safe, non-controversial topic for a comeback. Same, bro. But it didn't happen. I didn't flirting with her, sent sexy images, role play or anything. The most people don't even think she's a pedo. Yeah, I remember. He doubled down on this and tried to say, well, most people don't think that Cinny Bear's a groomer. Are you kidding? I remember this. I remember that. She didn't even think I made a pass at her. So what's the problem? Bro, nobody just asks somebody that they're interviewing, especially a female, to get in sleepy time calls with them when they are having groomer allegations against them.
Coyote was talking very sexually, extremely sexually, making advances towards Sappho and also being like, hey,
I'm so sorry. What am I supposed to gather out of the idea that you were having weird sexualized conversations about how she can't masturbate, and then you start asking her to do sleepy time calls with you? I'm so sorry, bro. I'm so sorry. How else am I supposed to look at that? Am I supposed to just be like, yeah, it's just normal shit? No.
They were planning to move in together, and they met through I believe Zarcarlo, Coyote's roommate. I did not do exactly what Coyote did.
You see right there what Jar's trying to do? I didn't do exactly what Coyote did. Okay, but you did a variation of what Coyote did. Getting close to a groomer. Jar, that doesn't change anything. I'm sorry, guys, does that change anything for you? Genuinely, does that change anything for you? With Jar's explanation, he's like, well, I didn't exactly do that. Doesn't change anything.
I had no plans to meet up with her IRL. I had no plans. I didn't.
But if you were able to change the narrative with your video, you probably would have been good friends with her, right? if you just ignored all the evidence, which you did, if you didn't read the documents, which you didn't, you just be like, oh, well, City Bear is totally fine. I'm now friends with her. And then boom, you're in that area where you start doing the whole like, well, you know, me and City Bear, we're cool now, even though everyone hates them. Like, you would do that. I know you would, because that's what you are.
Goon with her. I didn't share any porn with her. I didn't hire someone to draw.
Is he getting pissed? I didn't hire, but Jar, nobody's saying that you did that. I will admit Becket went over the fucking line with it. But you did do what Coyote Lovely did when it comes to befriending and being cool with a groomer and a pedophile.
Cindy doing stuff to a 14-year-old like Coyote did. The 14-year-old Sona, to be more precise, not as bad, but still pretty bad. Sorry for shouting there.
No, I'm just getting your... Did you even watch this before you decide to go on? Did you know about this live stream of Becket here?
No.
How is Becket at any point, in regard to the Chud Logic stream associated with that? Seriously, how? Becket didn't call into the stream. Becket didn't say, hey, go to Chud Logic, Jar. It's a great idea. No. Because how this video is structured so far is like, well, Chud did a overreaction to these DM leaks to make it, milk them for content. Right after that, now we're talking about this. Structurally wise, this is not making any sense because Becket has nothing to do with the Chud Logic thing at all. At all. Becket can have his opinion and Kumo can have a differencing of opinion in a conversation. I didn't do a Coyote Live. I only simp for a groomer, swept for her, and defended her in late night calls with her. Yeah, true.
At all. Like, you need to understand there's like a billion trillion live streams going on at any given time. There's just like...
It's total bullshit that Jar's not watching any one of these live streams. It's a fucking lie, and he fucking knows it because this dude is terminally on fucking line. If he wasn't, he wouldn't be tweeting out shit like this. He wouldn't be doing this. He wouldn't be putting out a tweet like this if he wasn't paying attention to people criticizing stuff, right?
I'm gonna be real here. Who the fuck watches live streams?
Who the fuck watches you? Nobody anymore. Nobody gives a fuck about what you're doing, Jar. The only time people care is when you decide to open your fucking mouth like the autistic fuck you are. No one cares. Nobody. Nobody gives a shit other than you fucking up. All right?
There's an audience for it. Usually they have a parasocial relationship with the content creator.
That's if you allow a parasocial relationship to fucking be built, Vincent. That's if you allow it. In my case, I tell my audience to fuck themselves most of the time. I like you guys, but fuck you. You guys are you. I am me. I don't know who you are. I'm not going to pretend like we're best fucking friends, all right? So, like, the part that aggravates me is, like, this simplistic thing when it comes to, like, live streamers versus content creators. There are parasociality when you make YouTube videos and live streaming. There's always parasociality going on. He's admitted to being offended by your thumbnail. He's seen the streams. I know. It's funny. He's just lying. I wanted the okay.
Watch, typically.
I would imagine so.
Yeah, it's generally the core audience, and that's who Becket seems to be catering to. And
Becket right now is one of the guys the ACC goes to, okay? It's not just a core audience of people. There are people from all over the ACC that hate Becket but will watch him because he is able to articulate the information and has the connections necessary for people to care about what he has to say in regard to the ACC. That is not just a core audience. Becket's core audience is about 150, 200 people, right? When he talks about Jar and all these other people, he's up to 500, 600, 700 people. Those aren't his regular audience. How don't you understand that?
And I'm just saying, I don't
look. Anytime I go live and I get over 400 viewers a live stream for a topic I'm talking about that's hot, I don't think that's my core fucking audience.
I don't know why the fuck, after listening to this, I would have checked what Becket had to say to Kumo. You gotta love the little live stream rant Jar threw in there. In case you missed it, my point is that the interview Becket did with him, the Jar call, was on October 17th, 2024.
So
the
what?
stream I had Jar watch with me, Copecast, Just a Robot Saves Cinny, with Kumo, is from October 13th, 2024.
I don't think my position...
And who cares? Jar got into a call with Becket. Becket interviewed him, asking him questions, and trying to see how Jar would respond, knowing that information. Jar poorly responded to all of that information. Poorly. I don't see the problem here. What's the timeline issue? Because Becket was saying mean shit about Jar, but he made a video on Jar and wanted to interview him. So what? Who cares?
Particularly changed on this stuff. I understand where you're coming from, and I don't want to see you get unfairly lumped in with things like the shit Jar is doing.
Boom! Beckett's a retard. Right there. Boom, boom, boom. Retard alert, retard alert, retard alert. This is why Becket will forever be mired by doing nice things for Kumo, okay? He will forever have this albatross around his neck because he was trying to be nice to Kumo.
Like that, for example.
He was calling Cindy's sweetheart. Now, I want to make this clear.
You need to understand is that Becket didn't know that shit. Becket didn't have the group chat logs at the time. Gilded refused to give it to anybody for the longest time up until he said, fuck it, romantic trouble is trying to fuck me. Here's all the leaks. Here's everything. And then boom, now we have Kumo saying sweetheart and being flirty with her and all this weird shit. Vincent, a lot of this stuff was pre all the other stuff.
I don't think, I do.
The reason I'm so pissed, okay, is because Jar tries his hardest to be like this manipulative little shit and like change the timeline of events or leave out important context that he needs to address so that he can convince people that either have just watched it passively or people that have been watching dedicatedly but forget things instead of going back and saying, well, Jar, hold on, you said this, but this is what actually happened. That's what annoys the shit out of me, is that Jar thinks that he could do this.
Do you think it's possible that Kumo was trying to do something?
Thank you for the 20 sec. We love you, Chris the Fish. Okay.
With Cindy, especially because of the fact he was acting like a jealous boyfriend the whole time.
Jar, I get it. You're trying to throw Kumo under the bus again. But dude, again, it doesn't change the actions that you made. Just because Kumo did something doesn't mean that takes away from what you did, Jar.
I don't believe he had any intentions until I found out that apparently Kumo's girlfriend, this is just a rumor I heard.
And here comes Jar giving out information that nobody should know.
I heard Kumo's girlfriend lives in the UK. So
cool. Thanks for telling everybody that. I don't know why you're telling everybody that.
I'm like, if Kumo sounds American, so I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that even mean? Vincent, why are you agreeing with him? That doesn't make any sense. Well, Kumo's girlfriend lives in the UK, and? Is that you trying to say that, well, because Kumo doesn't see his girlfriend very often, he must have been trying to get in Cindy Bear's pants, which could be a case. I don't know. Kumo was being weird with Cindy, just like you, brother. But he was calling her sweetheart and shit as like terms of endearment in his words. Buddy, again, Jar, that doesn't change all the shit that you did. That doesn't change anything.
I think he wanted to use Cindy thing as a whataboutism. Again, Jar wins.
Huh? What? We know why Kumo covered the city stuff. Because Kumo wanted everyone to move past the City Bear drama to go after Birdie. Everyone knows that. We've talked about it 1,000 times. Kumo said it in his own words. That he just wanted to get the City Bear drama out of the way so that he could start going after Birdie without people coming back and saying, well, what about City Bear? That's literally what he said.
And off on an interesting direction with this. So what I was trying to talk about with this whataboutism line from Kumo is me referring to this.
But I was very clear. I was talking about the discourse around you so that I could cover so I could start a different discourse and have
Yes, that is literally what he said.
A different discussion without a fucking constant whataboutism. That's why.
If I'm understanding this rant from Kumo correctly, it seems to be him saying that he was doing all this stuff for Cindy Bear so he could talk about Birdie without people saying, what about Cindy Bear? You didn't cover.
Which, to be fair, if Kumo actually had a fucking brainstem and actually looked into shit, he could have buried the city stuff and say, they're a groomer. And then move on to Birdie with no problem at all. But because Kumo is a schizophrenic weirdo that can't do two things at the same time, he failed to do that. I don't know why you're kind of being like, well, what about City? I don't know why you're mocking that. That makes sense.
Cover that or something like that. Frankly, I think this is bullshit logic coming from him. But
It's bullshit logic if you think about the fact that he failed to actually do the job necessary to look into City Bear and got too close to the situation. I agree with that, all right? But it's not crazy and it's not bad logic to think if I get the City Bear drama done, I can move on to the Birdie drama without people coming at me going, hey, what about City Bear? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. That's what I did. That's what everyone did. They covered the City Bear stuff, buried City Bear, and then moved on to Birdie. Nothing wrong with that.
Maybe they would have tried to do that.
Why did Jar have to bring Coyote up? Why did he shoot himself like that? I was annoyed because that was my take, and then Jar said it first on Chud Story. Because I was sat there going, I could type in that this is like Coyote, and I think I actually DM'd Chud and was like, can you push on the Coyote stuff? I'm fascinated.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Jar got into the call under his own volition. Becket has a connection to Chud and goes, hey, can you bring this up? Everybody's done that. When there are live streams going on, do you think that creators aren't getting DMs from other creators saying, hey, can you ask this question? I'm curious what they have to say about it. It happens all the time.
Because I'm a...
Yeah, I think it's because, like, Coyote is, like, the fucking internet Voldemort name in his community, and he's like, listen, I'm not bad.
Well, I mean,
like,
Coyote...
instead it's like, I'm not Coyote.
He literally did the Coyote thing. That is literally what
You literally did the Coyote thing. Did you know that, Jar?
Again, Beckett's a retard for voicing it this way. Complete dipshit fucking way to voice it. I'm just going to say it.
It seems a little bit weird to me.
Like, okay, I'm more concerned.
You see what happens here is when you give Jar, like, some kind of, like, out, right? Where you're like, hey, like, this person slipped up in their verbiage. And then Jar's like, well, I didn't do everything exactly the same way. Let me isolate these really bad things that try to take away from the other thing that's trying to be said. I fucking hate Jar. I have some more money. This is paying for you to watch 1 hour, 41 minutes of content for the video. I linked to the main cop chat. What the fuck? What did you do? Oh my God. That might be a tomorrow video.
With what Kumo said, like, oh, he treats him like Voldemort. It's like, okay, do you not know what Voldemort is? He's the guy who should not, he who must not be named. I literally named him. Yeah. That's the opposite of the Voldemort.
Dude, it's because everyone hates Coyote Lovely, and they all do the he who does not be named meme to bring up the fact that, holy shit, Jar's terrified to be compared to him. That's why it's he who shall not be named. Dude, Jar, I don't, okay.
More thing. But
I do think this was stupid to do with Chud. It really was fucking stupid. It gave them ammo for this narrative of them that they keep on repeating. And
a narrative?
Frankly, I gotta rate you a little bit for not doing research and like, okay, this guy wants to talk to me. Let's see what he's talking about. Okay, that's all.
You need to understand, Lio gave me, like, every time I listen.
Here we go. I'm going to be honest. Vincent was right to say, well, you should have looked into this guy before you did a video, okay? Before you called Beckett, you should have done some research on the guy. This is where I want to, like, put Jar in between my hands, like my hands around his throat, and shake him as hard as humanly possible and just make sure he gets syndrome, right? Like, I would just shake him until he fucking loses because he's such an idiot. You cannot blame Lio for this. I'm sorry. You literally can't. So what if Lio said, go talk to Beckett? Who cares? Who cares?
Listen to Lio back in the day. It went well for me. Like, if I did what Lio said, everything kind of worked itself out.
Yeah.
But those were times when Lio had my best interest at heart. This time...
Sure. Welcome to Loser Gamers. Thank you, Top Tomato.
He didn't. To Lio, I was his ticket back to the top.
No, it isn't! It isn't! It literally isn't. You want to know why? Because Lio hasn't been able to recover anything from when he used to be a part of it. The best he got is people to, like, be like, hey, Lio's actually doing a little bit better. Let's just ease up on him a little bit. That's all he got out of it. Lio got nothing. If anything, he's going through more hell on earth because of the heat and stuff, the doodle toad shit, everything. Because he was proven that all of his friends are fucking assholes. He didn't do anything to get back to the top. Lio's still doing the same shit.
I wouldn't even say the top, man. I wouldn't even say the top.
Okay, take it to like almost 90% of the to where he used to be.
No, he's not. Jar. Oh my God. No, he isn't. The best he gets is like me and Beckett stop bullying him for every little thing. If he fucks up, we're gonna talk about it. If Lio does something stupendously stupid, I'm gonna talk about it. Like, I have no problem doing that. And Lio fucking knows it. Like, I don't get this. Jar is trying his hardest to be like, Lio Convoy snaked me, because he knows that there's a community of people that are trying their absolute hardest to make up the most insane shit about Lio possible, instead of just sticking to the goddamn facts and trying to purity test shit. Jar knows this. He is online all the time. I know the communities he's hanging out with, Jar. You're not really smart.
Talk to Jar about here was him going on Chud Logic. But the reason Jar talked to Becket was because of Lio Convoy, who had a part in Beckett's video on Jar. So I can definitely say this smells of a setup, even after.
What? All because Lio said, hey, you know, I got a connection to Jar. Do you want to interview Jar and get his side of the story? How is that a setup? It's not a setup, okay? When the guy is so stupid, he cannot, and I repeat, cannot have a little bit of self-preservation to be able to answer obvious questions that people can look into. That's his fault. That's no one else's. It's like actually frustrating me hearing those words.
After listening to the call between the two, Jar and Lio, because of course Lio uploaded it, and he freaking called Becket Bear.
Other people came to me asking, and I didn't get involved. Other than
Who's Becket?
Becket runs a podcast called the Cope and Seed Podcast, and he's one person.
I know. Okay, now I know who did that.
You need to talk to him because he's going to be fair to you.
Also, he wanted Jar to talk to Kumo.
Another person you need to talk to.
The reason that he wants him to talk to Kumo is because Jar and Kumo have had a standing beef forever. And this is before a bunch of other stuff. This call happened way before all the other shit that happened, right? So the Cindy Bear drama happened, his fuck-ups happened, the Kumo stuff was going on at the time, right? So when Lio says, you need to talk to Kumo, it's because Jar has attempted to fuck over Kumo every chance he's gotten. Like, dude, no shit. Lio's biggest fucking problem, to this day, is trying to be, like, the guy that you have to, like, when people go to him, he's like, well, golly gee, you should really try and bury the hatchet with this other person because you did something mean to them, instead of just letting them fight to the death. That's Lio's problem. Always has been, always will be.
You're going to hate this, Jar. You're really going to hate this. You need to talk to Kumo. If for no other reason than to at least give him your side of some things that are coming.
I meant maybe this wasn't a setup. Maybe Lio is just a really, really bad judge of character. Or
yes! He's a horrible judge of character. Yes! Like, look at his rogues gallery. Look at the people he was cool with. Like, yeah, Lio has a shitty judgment of people. That's a yes.
Complete idiot. Still, I'm betting on the setup side of things because of hindsight. And I would say that
hindsight
discussion between the two fits very well into Beckett's freak retrospective, the Just the Robot Files, but it really doesn't.
So I, unfortunately, had the displeasure of going through your Susie video today because I had it beforehand. Because I've had people tell me it was in there and I wanted to make sure I knew. So I'm going to tell you what I saw in that video, Jar.
He's doing the Batman voice. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I can't. When he does the Batman voice, I can't take it seriously. Still to this day, I can't take the Batman voice seriously.
Because I've had people tell me it was in there, and I wanted to make sure I knew. So I'm going to tell you what I saw in that video, Jar. I saw you...
I'm going to tell you what I saw in that video, Jar.
Dancing on the grave of somebody who, with the exception of voicing in a video, which you and her resolved between yourselves, dancing on the grave of somebody who'd been nothing but kind.
Like, what does Leo's thoughts about Jar has to do with anything, man? Also the same with Toast.
What do you mean? I'm so fucking sorry. What do you mean? Jar and him had a close relationship for a long time doing content creation together. Lio knows a lot about Jar because Jar told him a lot of things about him. Lio is connected to all the people Jar has ever had beef with. That's why what Lio says about Jar, even though Lio, is important to use.
Is this something to promote these people, or are they trying to give some...
No! It's because Lio has a connection to Jar for years, and watching his dramas for years, and being the retard handler for Jar for years. Toastify used to be a part of the ACC. Vincent, you can't criticize Jar for not doing good research when you are not doing the good research.
Credibility to Beckett. I'm not going to be soy and say Jar is racist or sexual predator or anything like that, but here are all the things people need to make those claims about him.
The risk of making Jar...
Yeah, it's talking about this, like, who cares? Beckett said, oh, I don't really care if you call him a racist, but if you do, you got some ammunition.
Sound dangerously based? Let's just say the racist...
And nobody called Jar a sexual assaulter. No one said the words, Jar sexually assaults women. No one said that Jar was trying to rape people at VidCon. People were saying he was being a creep at VidCon, a stalker at VidCon, demanding that Mally meet up with him when she said no multiple times.
Racism accusations are more than just doing some voices. Now, while I don't personally care, I think that there is more than enough here that if you wanted to make that accusation, it is a reasonable one to make.
Can't be like, who cares? Yeah, Jar has a history of saying edgy shit. He does. He literally said in a video, I am now black, doing blackface. I'm not gonna call him a racist for that, but he's got a bit of a pattern of talking about black people in some weird ass ways.
Sure, my bet is on a little bit of both. But let me get back into this mess. This narrative that Jar had a thing for Cinny seems completely ridiculous.
You do know that 90% of the people that were saying that were fucking memeing on Jar. I know I was memeing on him, but the 10% is the fact he wanted to get on sleepy time calls with her, that he was talking about masturbation with her, that he was sending cock photos to other women, that he was weird to women before. Like, dude, it all kind of pieces itself together if you really think about it.
And applies better to Kumo. I mean, they can say, oh, we can only see Jar doing it with females. Well, fucking open your eyes, you fucking morons. You're trying to make big claims about someone.
Big
just
claims.
The cowardly nature of this just annoys me to the degree. If you're gonna try to cancel someone, don't be a bitch about it.
We weren't canceling him, you retard! Oh my god. This isn't about cancellation, all right? If people wanted to cancel him, they'd be trying to flag his channel off YouTube, which it got hacked, and people immediately said, hey, help Just a Robot out. He's losing his channel. Even though he's a total idiot, people still wanted to help him. No one wants to cancel Jar. Jar is just such an idiot that he gives content constantly that we can make fun of and criticize because he's an idiot. Like, that's it. It's not that deep.
I have only seen him interact with women.
Yes, it's stupid humor, but it's consistent across the board.
He said he couldn't hold on to jobs because he was being weird to women, that he kept making these obscene jokes to women. He said those words. He said them. Why are we trying to like sweep that part under the rug and just be like, well, yeah, he's a consistent freak to every woman he ever meets. Isn't that a pattern of behavior that you should be interested in?
Male, female. Maybe Jar's a closeted bisexual, but I sort of doubt it. And you can't.
He's a closeted bisexual. He is. Him and Dreadlock are sucking dick behind the fucking stands somewhere. You know, they go out. Jar's holding his hand, and when Jar's girlfriend comes out of the house to greet them, he has to let go of Dreadlock's hand and go, "Oh, I can't show my true feelings for you. My girlfriend's my beard. I can't be seen as a gay man on the internet."
Can't judge him for that if you want. It is weird. Same with the sleepy time call things. But
yes.
If Jar's lying with this, he's really fucking committed to that fucking lie.
No, he's just a dipshit. Everyone understands that he was like, yes, I do sleepy time calls with people all the time. Doesn't change anything. It's still creepy to ask random people about it, especially somebody that you are interviewing who is being accused of being a groomer. Thank you, Violet, for the 5. I said it, Falgy Strip will say here now. This Vincent sounds like Jar with a deeper voice defending themselves, just saying. No, Vincent's a totally different person.
Even if it's weird, it's an even weirder narrative that Becket and his friends really wanted to push. Because they don't have actual proof that Jar has done anything. Well, really, besides tell bad jokes with people he shouldn't have.
And confirming things about how he's weird. All the DMs that leaked between him and Cinny. The way that he operated the interview, the stuff that happened with Mally and the rest of the girls at VidCon, all the other stories that came out involving him being weird to women. I feel like there's a lot to work with there.
Because when I asked Jar what he considers himself, not that I'm a big fan of self-ID, but you want to get the grasp of this. He told me he considers himself anti-woke, and most of the ace...
Okay, he considers him so Jar considers himself anti-woke. First question, why did Jar bitch out and then start doing woke style content criticizing people involving like being mean about transphobia and shit? Why would Jar do that if he's truly anti-woke? Shut the fuck up.
CC are lightly progressive at best, and some of the more woke side of that group try to downplay it.
Another black creator, Thuman, stepped in to lend support.
You do realize that Chuli is not the most PC person in the world, right? Chuli has told me jokes in this chat before that were pretty fucking spicy. I don't get this whole like, well, Chuli's woke. And are they saying, well, just a robot is a transphobic bigot that's trying to like rape women? No, none of them said that. So who the hell cares?
To Omnia and Zay, as she felt the two were being unfairly treated by the community.
Which, to be fair, Omnia and Zay had it coming.
And then Jar appeared with a video collaboration with 2 other creators, so he could also criticize Omnia and Zay. That video he made was dog shit. I would know. I made a video on it at the time. I would link to that video so everyone could go watch it, but it's been private for a long while now. 3 years at this point. Now, I want to be clear about the contents of that video real quick. That is a woke-ass video that was made during a woke-ass time because I am a woke-ass bitch, and I'm fully aware that the political climate has drifted away from where it was.
I'm gonna be honest, Chuli is not as woke as she's making herself out to be. She's not. She'll pretend that she is, but she isn't. It's so obvious, Chuli. You have a dark side. Chuli.
Was when I made it.
But it seems bullshit to me because you don't hide something and try to rewrite it if you're not embarrassed by it. There are exceptions to that, but I doubt that's the case here. And it definitely seems...
I'm so sorry, what did I miss?
Woke-ass time because I am a woke-ass bitch, and I'm fully aware that the political climate has drifted away from where it was when I made it.
But it seems bullshit to me because you don't hide something and try to rewrite it if you're not...
Was supporting Kai before they were, and Chuli went ew and got... Vincent, wait, what is this? Vincent cut out the reasoning for Chuli unlisting the video. It was supporting Kai before they were, and Chuli went ew and got rid of it. Okay, that's fair.
Embarrassed by it. There are exceptions to that, but I doubt that's the case here. And it definitely seems to me the members of
the Cinebear Defense Force
tried to get Jar to have Chud Logic review his video and pressed onto him this sort of thing because they knew that...
Okay, so you did get that. Okay, Vincent, to be fair, I thought you didn't understand the fact that this group were also trying to push it. I will admit that. I will eat my words on that. Because the Cinebear Defense Force did say, well, Chud Logic's a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Chud Logic is a very trusted guy, yada, yada, yada. Thing is, though, is that Jar still, as a retard, gave that video to Chud on his own volition. Doesn't matter if they pressured him or not. He needs to have some fucking autonomy as an adult to say no to people. Thank you, Kabuto. Okay. No. Julie explains why she took down the Toby video. What the hell is this? It's just cutting out context.
It would turn out something like that. Not all of them, of course, but at least Kumo, because Jar made the claim that he was waiting for his roommate, who was out of town at the time, Professor Dreadlocks, to get back to look it over before he...
Are you really about to do the whole, like, well, Kumo uploaded his second draft and Jar panicked uploaded because Professor Dreadlock wasn't there to help him read? Why are you defending that? That is a stupid defense that Jar put together. Jar can have other people read it with him. He doesn't need Dreadlock, first. Second, Jar is a grown-ass man that should be able to figure out how to read shit for himself. 3, Jar could put all of that text into a text-to-speech and have it read out to him. You know, there's this beautiful thing called AI.
Published it. There's also another element that I think might have caused them to think Jar might have gotten cold feet and pressed this on them.
As you can hear at the end of the full call I had with Cine, I said that I would be making a new draft in defense of Cine before I talked to Jack. But yeah, I'm going to be changing.
Everyone hates commentary when they lie and get targeted by them. Chud is fair. Fair enough, I guess.
My video a lot, and I'm also going to have to reach out to Jack because, you know, for all I know, you're...
But can't prove that. Still, Kumo uploading a draft copy of the video Jar gave to Cine, which caused Jar to rush the video out, and that's how...
That's not an excuse. I'm so sorry. I refuse. I absolutely, 100%, unequivocally refuse to believe this bullshit. Dude, Jar could have just put out a statement saying, this was a second draft of my video. It is not completed. Kumo uploaded it without permission, and it is not indicative of my final video. He could have said that, and everybody that was covering it would have been like, oh, okay. That's fair, Jar. But instead, Jar just let it happen, panicked, uploaded a barely put together video, and said, well, that's the definitive video. How are we giving that, like, a defense?
He got on Chud Logic's stream, and after Chud watched it...
The only reason I'm talking about this is because Jar decided to open his fucking mouth in this video. If this was just Vincent on his own, I wouldn't have cared. Wouldn't have covered it. But Jar decided to open his mouth and, like, get people involved in this.
On stream, someone from
the Cinebear Defense Force
leaked Jar's DMs with a Cine to Chud Logic, where Chud made this really weird leap in logic based off of one message from Jar.
Okay, dude.
That's not a leap in logic. He literally says, I'm going to get this to Chud Logic. I think this will help with a recorded call of Jack and everyone will go smoothly. I think this video, giving it to Chud, is going to help us.
Also, I'm going to try and reach out to Chud Logic. Ooh, I remember liking his stream. I think with his help, I think with his help, along with the recording... You little fucking bitch! You little wretch!
Yeah, the laughing at the beginning.
How is that a jump in logic? He said, I think with his help, trying to get Chud involved into this, and trying to use Chud to effectively spread what Jar's narrative wanted to be.
And it makes me think this is an act of performative anger for the camera. But
so what? You can smile and like laugh at somebody doing that and then do a crash out. Be like, fuck Just a Robot. Little bitch, he tried to fuck me over. That's called being entertaining, Vincent. That's called adding more to the content so that people get excited to see what's happening. Whatever. Bro's taking away all accountability from Jar. He's the victim here, even with Jar's own admissions. It's so frustrating. Dude, it's so frustrating.
I really haven't watched much of Chud in quite a long time. The problem with Jar, as it was made clear earlier, the dude doesn't understand the appeal of live streams or audience. They generally have a smaller audience, but a much more dedicated one. Also remember Becket, who claimed...
And I think I actually DM'd Chud and was like, can you push on the Coyote stuff? I'm fascinated.
Who cares? Everyone's done this. Everybody. This is not new. I did this with other people that were getting interviewed. When they're being interviewed by Becket or Augie or fucking Nick or whatever, I've sent them and being like, hey, can you ask them this fucking question? Most of the time they don't read them because they're dealing with the situation at hand.
Becket also had this to say about Kumo leaking the Jar video.
Do you know what? I'm going to give a fucking hot take here. Your video was basically done. Kumo disagreed with it. Kumo can be a fucking troll. Like, again, I'm not endorsing it, but also I don't think it's like a cardinal fucking sin.
Which I really don't care either. Like, I can't. I won't. Because Jar was dumb enough to give that video to someone else that leaked it to Kumo that he uploaded. I can't feel sorry for that. He knows all these people are working together with Kumo. And he knows how volatile Kumo is. And will do everything he can to fuck over Jar. I feel no sympathy. Zero. None. Nada. Zero. Thank you for the 5, Baron. I'm very glad we have returned White Ruin Leon. Will you do the DSP Kino Casino arc stream? Yes, we are doing it this week.
Seems absurd to me. This is the same guy, Becket, who later said this about Kumo in a video.
Child that's going to be abused by its stepfather, this group chat began after one stupid, drunken mistake. Perhaps appropriately, the first message from Kumo is a burning man, which is pretty ironic in hindsight. Once everyone's made their quirky introductions, they get to the business of talking about Cinebear's upcoming video. And a wonderful theme begins to emerge. This group basically constructed Cinebear's defense. Now, I have it on testimony that quite a lot of things happen in calls, so we're only really getting a snapshot of the wider picture. But one thing I can confirm is that the idea that Kumo was trying to pull Cine away from this group to maintain some kind of control over the narrative does have legs, if for no other reason than the competing ideas and opinions within this group chat. Kumo's involvement in this group chat is actually kind of limited, at least for driving the narrative. Now, there is a good reason for this. It's because Kumo pulled Cinebear into direct DMs so he could have those conversations privately. And now we hit point 1 of ACC gay-opping drama. No one trusts any of the other people they're conducting a gay-op with. This is basically exactly what Jar tried to do.
So how exactly did Jar try to do this, Becket? Any proof of that? Or are you just throwing that in for no reason? Or
it's because Jar brought up the fact that he was going to use Chud Logic. Jar does this. Jar is known to gay op people. This is not like a new thing. This just didn't spawn out of fucking nowhere. Jar has been known to snake people forever. That's why nobody likes Jar. That's why nobody likes him. That's why everyone hates him.
Or more likely, for your sort of narrative that you built up Kumo before he totally spazzed out and you had to do the video, I guess. I don't even know why he followed up with that.
Why? What do you mean? Once new information gets brought forward and he's shown these DMs, he goes, well, I gotta burn Kumo now. Fuck him. There's no, like, additional narrative there. Beckett's not sweeping for Kumo in that video. Imagine if Jar said if this video was being remade and then saw the reaction and released his first draft which was a completely edited video. Imagine. We would have never known. Do you think that Jar was stalking Boblax at VidCon this year? Maybe.
Is Becket really that dumb that he didn't realize in all likelihood that this
the Cinebear Defense Force
was also trying to gay op Jar? Why?
Nobody would have guessed that there was a gay op going on. Nobody even knew about the Cinebear group chat until the Kumo stuff exploded in on itself and they devoured each other, leaking shit to each other. And then Goblin decided to open her fucking mouth. And Himpleton decided to open their mouths. And then the group chat leak with Cinebear happened. Nobody knew that.
Occam's razor shouldn't be applied every time. I really think it applies here. They say hindsight's 20/20. If that's the case, I think Becket needs a new pair of glasses.
It's like frustrating me. It's frustrating me that I have like audience members like this. Sorry, Vincent. You're just frustrating the shit out of me now. Because if you just look at how Jar's been operating for over a decade, dude, and then condense it into the drama that he's having currently with the Cine Bear stuff, nothing's changed with him. He's the same fucking weirdo that everyone's known about for years. He's the same snake, manipulative, fucking whiny victim complex motherfucker that he is. Nothing has changed. Would I call him the same as Coyote Lovely? Not all the way, but he did get friendly with a groomer. That is what Coyote did. Becket doing this gay fucking like stream with Kumo. Definitely a retard moment on Becket's end. 100% on the same page here. Because I told him not to do it.
Because there's just so much other bullshit on this Becket stream titled Copecast Just a Robot Saves Cine with Kumo. That seems to be in the aim of convincing the audience that Jar is a sexual predator of some type.
Huh?
At least that seems to be where the rhetoric takes certain people. That Jar?
Nobody is calling Jar a sexual assaulter or a sexual predator. I have not seen any of that. None of it. I would say stalker. I would say creep. I would say somebody that wants to be in sleepy time calls with women. Nobody accused him of attempting sexual assault. Mally never did that. Thuman never did that. Harley TBS never did that. None of the women at VidCon, nor Becket, or anybody that has 3 brain cells to rub together called Jar a sexual predator and meant it. No one.
Had a thing for Cine, and that's why he defended her. But
that's literally what Jar's argument was. He was like, well, why are people making it out like I sexually assaulted people? It's like, no, Jar, you're just a weirdo. You're a weirdo that couldn't tell when a girl said no. You didn't leave him alone.
When it actually comes to actual evidence,
Dude, you don't gotta get charged
of that.
What Giles
just kidding, $1,000
done. It's pretty fucking similar, to be honest. He got overly, I mean, he really did get overly close to the story, to the person, and then just ran.
Which, to be fair, Becket should have known that Kumo got way too fucking close. Okay, Becket should have known that. But unfortunately, we didn't have all the information at the fucking time.
And hard defense.
Yeah,
Giles...
hold on. Thuman asked a very big question. I imagine you don't want to pass this one up.
Sure. Didn't you say that Jar is a creep to most women he talks to, Kumo? Now, before you answer this, I also... So FPS Diesel played a clip on Chud's stream.
Wait! On top of that, when Kumo said to Cine... Oh my god, I just remembered this. Remember when Kumo turned around and said, well, Jar could have raped you, Cine Bear. I'm trying to protect you. Remember that? Remember all that? Does Vincent not remember that we all collectively destroyed Kumo for trying to imply that Jar was a sexual predator? Like, I understand that that was before all the Cine Bear stuff, like, really started to leak hard. But, like, dude, nobody was calling Jar a predator that had a fucking brain cell. Kumo was calling Jar that.
I know that clip. I am well aware of the person that is being talked about in that situation.
That's the one where, because Jar already outed it, that's because when he was talking to Kat about doing work, he was sending weird audio clips being like, such a cute little pussy, talking about her cat, but it is fucking weird to do that with somebody where you don't have a close relationship with them, and even if you did, it is still weird to do that to a woman. It is still weird. Thank you, Thuman, for the membership. Appreciate you.
But Jar essentially is overly flirtatious with pretty much everyone he interacts with.
Is that calling him a sexual predator? Is that calling him a sex pest? No, it's saying he's weirdly flirtatious with everybody.
By his claim. I have only seen him interact with women, and it seems very weird. What I'll say to you with this is, can we see some, like, have we got evidence of this? Have we got receipts from this?
Yes, I'd have to dig for them. Again, like, the Jar video was not meant to, like, I actually wasn't planning on talking about Jar so soon. Like, the way he, like, stuck his nose in this, it felt like a fucking, it felt like a CW show with, like, all the drama and all the names fucking coming in and sticking their nose in things and complicating shit. So I'd have to go back and dig. But fucking Laka, for example, actually reached out to me and told me she has contact, or that he has contact with Harsh Opinions. So I'll definitely pursue that tale and ask about that more in depth, because as far as like that goes, like the relationship rumors, I think I clarified those are just rumors.
Yeah, there isn't a lot. Also, after that stream,
they're talking about the VidCon trip, and we did get evidence of that. Mally gave her DMs to Becket. Mally released the call with Just a Robot to Becket. All the other girls that were at the VidCon party, made videos about it and talked about it and provided evidence for it. You're trying to, Vincent, you're trying to retro backdate all of this information saying, well, Becket tried accusing him of being a sexual predator and others. No, we didn't. There were rumors about it at that time being a fucking weirdo to women. And then the proof came out, and he was being weird to women.
Kumo goes on to talk to Cine with a rather outrageous claim about Jar.
And nobody was cool with Kumo doing that. Everybody, the girls included, said what Kumo said was a crazy thing to say. Thuman's been in my chats. She saw the stream where we talked about the Kumo call with City Bear. Everybody collectively denounced what Kumo said. There is no proof that Just a Robot is a rapist or would attempt to rape somebody. There is evidence of being a weirdo and somebody that can't take no for a fucking answer when a girl says, I don't want to meet up with you. But that doesn't make him a rapist. That doesn't make him a sexual predator. That just makes him a fucking weirdo.
Freaking out that I was undermining Jar. And this, I did, honestly, in hindsight, I shouldn't have. I should have just let you go down that path. But you're freaking out that I tried to undermine Jar in your best
Just a rapist.
interest. Like, I knew how this guy was. I warned you how he was. I told you what position you were in, and I was very conscious and scared on your behalf. Because
you were going to get raped. Just a Robot would have stole you from me. Like, hearing this back again after all this time is, like, still the funniest thing I've ever heard. It's like, I was concerned that you were going to be raped, that you were going to listen to Just a Robot and not me. I'm here to control you, City. It's like, ugh. Forgot how fucking crazy this is.
Position you're in. Jar could have raped you, and that's probably what he was trying to, like...
That was bad. That's a full denouncement and disavowal. That is a crazy goddamn claim. Crazy claim. No one believed it.
It was probably his dream, his end goal.
I think that's the simplest way to explain why people believe Jar is a sex pest at the very best.
No, because everyone said what Kumo said was wrong. Everybody that even after the fact, when all the stuff about the girls came out, nobody called Jar a sexual predator. They called him a creep. They called him a weirdo. They said, Jar, when a woman says no, you say you respect it.
Or have Kumo's insane conspiracy level theory about Jar's sexual antics at the very worst. There's a middle ground between those two that...
No, there's no sexual antics. Oh my God. Jar was being overly flirtatious. That does not mean sexual, all right? The things with Cine Bear, though, asking for sleepy time calls, can be construed as potentially sexual because no normal person is asking random people that they barely know to get on Discord calls with them to fall asleep with. No one. That's why it's weird.
Most people would be led to the conclusion, but there's a middle ground between those sort of ideas that I still think is very off. So why is Jar's?
Also, why the hell is he playing the Curse of Osiris DLC for Destiny? This is the worst DLC for Destiny to have as background footage.
Still getting...
Sorry, I just had like an autism fucking fit.
Shit for trying to make a video defending someone who might be a groomer or might not. Maybe he didn't do a great job as a defense attorney for this particular matter here. Maybe that's why Kumo was trying to get him out of the picture. Who the hell knows? I'm also curious why almost 9...
Because Kumo is a schizophrenic that makes up random allegations against people all the time. This has been known. This is why nobody trusts Kumo. This is why nobody liked Kumo. Because Kumo will have an autistic, schizophrenic fit and then accuse people of being pedophiles or rapists. Everyone knows this.
Months later, for a video that wasn't even on his channel for 48 hours, why? Jar is really getting some of these comments still. Well, I know most of it, the telephone effect, people milking this down the line without understanding where all this insanity came from and just assuming it's all true. But not like Jar doubled down on it. The dude didn't double down. I don't relate.
Yes, he fucking did. He literally did in his response video. Then he did it on Twitter. Like, bro, what are you talking about? He did it.
He didn't know, but sort of side note, do people actually believe the Chud is fair meme? Because he's not. Chud Logic is a drama streamer. He would tell you that himself. The same of Becket of Cope and Seed. Both of them.
You do understand that there are people in the drama sphere that are looking at things as fairly as humanly possible. Are we faulty? Yes, because we're fucking human. Everybody does it. But the problem is the difference between somebody like Becket and Chud that do slip-ups versus Just a Robot that is gay-opping people, purposely making shit up about people, and then trying to gay-op people to take his side is a completely different situation.
Don't just actually report on the drama, but they have to, create it in a certain way. When nothing big's going on, you gotta feed the audience. And I have a couple...
Dude, what are you talking about? The Just a Robot thing was fucking huge. Anybody who uploaded a video on that was hitting 10K views minimum at that time. It was massive. It doesn't matter the size of the channel. People were getting 10, 20, 30,000. Augie's first video back on Neo Augie, which is like a 15-minute video, 20-minute video about the Just a Robot stuff, hit almost 500,000 views. The Just a Robot shit was so easy to milk. It was massive.
Theories of how this sort of went down that I briefly went into at the end of my last video that I don't want to bring over to this video, but...
Because in the other video, he talks about, like, the gay sensitization of, like, Twitch poll into commentary, which, I'm gonna be real. Twitch poll and commentary having, this weird love child is gay as fuck, all right? I'll admit it, all right? I don't care. It's gay as shit. But that doesn't take away from the actual criticism that's being levied by these people that you have an issue with. The drama might just get revived again because of this vid. No. You know what's gonna do that? The June the King video. That's gonna revive the drama again. And Jar is gonna have an immortalization of all of his biggest fuck-ups on one of the biggest retro channels, retro drama channels on the platform now. Other than the right opinion, and yeah, that's really it.
Up on a stream very soon. The same can be said of Jar. Talking to him, he has his own set of theories, which he could reveal, but probably would be useless for him to do so.
Because Jar is making shit up to you, Vincent. How do I know that for a fact? Because I know all the conversations Jar is having behind the scenes. People leak that shit constantly. Jar is not good at hiding his tracks. He's not good at, doing this whole, oh, well... Guys, you should definitely hear me out. Nobody wanted to hear me out. We heard him out. He lied multiple times. I get told shit that Jar is doing constantly. I just don't care to collect it all.
Even though I think they have some merit to them, and I'm not going to reveal them here. Because even if he's correct with his guess, I don't think he's seen the big picture. That these people really just want to make content, and pushing someone into the zone where you can do this with them is something that they seem to be good at. Because let's say
pushing them into the zone of being a lol cow, I'm so sorry. When there is somebody that continuously fucks up, unequivocally fucks up, and then continues to double down on these fuck ups, and then goes around privately also doubling down on those fuck ups, then doing secret calls with people about their fuck ups and making the fuck ups worse and funnier and giving us more information than we need. That's a lol cow. That is a naturally born lol cow that officially hit the big time of being a lol cow because they were dumb enough to keep opening up their mouth. That's not a manufacture of a lol cow. That's not forcing somebody to be a lol cow. That is a lol cow. That is somebody that will not, under any circumstance, just let shit go. That is a cow.
Jar did another response. This would just reignite all this crap that just...
No, to be honest, you've reignited it again, Vincent. I really hope you're happy. I really hope Jar's happy with this because Jar's now going to blame you. Just recognize that you're going to get the same treatment that Himpleton did with Jar, where Jar says, well, the Himpleton drama really kind of undermined my drama and made my drama worse. You're going to get that blamed on you, Vincent. I hope you realize it. It'll happen in a few days, a few weeks, months, doesn't matter. Your name's going to be thrown under the bus, bro. Good luck with that.
Give those who exist in these little gated communities more.
Real commentary collided with ACC. No ACC survivors found. A community of nonces only call out nonces. They don't. Not all of them, okay? Not all of them, but it is true. The minute that me and Becket and Chud started pushing into this community, a lot of people got rooted out real fast.
Jargon. That's not my word for it. That's theirs.
Yes, because it's funny. Who cares? Just a Robot's a lol cow. He did these calls with Himpleton talking about how his what was it? He was depressed and talking about Augie getting into a creator clash match, crying to Himpleton about shit instead of just being a man. Dude, this is cow behavior. Look at Himpleton. He's so happy.
I've seen some harsh comments about myself and my coverage, and I don't think they understand that none of us care.
See,
which is true. None of us do care. If you don't like the fact that we're being mean to Jar, go away. But we're at least aware enough that we cannot and will not put false allegations onto Just a Robot. The information that was provided at that time, from the start of that drama to the end of that drama, was conclusive enough to call Jar a creep, a loser, a lolcow, and a guy that should not be in commentary anymore. If you have a problem with those takes, no one gives a fuck about your opinion in these communities. It's just what it is. That's what happens when somebody becomes a lolcow.
They don't care. They want to find more people like Jar
yes,
so they can create their content.
It's not creating. Oh my God, dude, this is what commentary's been forever, Vincent. I don't know how long you've been watching commentary content. You find some cringe retard on the internet, you criticize them, you move on. That is what commentary is. To all the people that have watched commentary, that are in my chat right now, that are avid commentary viewers, that are commentary creators, is that not what commentary is at its core? You find some shit you disagree with or some weirdo you disagree with, and you criticize them for the love of the game because you disagreed with something that they said or how they operated. That is commentary. That's always been commentary since the days of 2008 till now. Nothing's changed.
Hell, this reminds me a lot of fucking Lily Orchard. Someone that a lot of people have been milking for content recently. I could agree her media takes are rather god-awful, but I think it's more her sexual deviance and...
I'm so sorry. What are we doing here? Why are we comparing Just a Robot to Lily Orchard? Because people are milking them? Dude, I'm so sick of this. I'm sick of the Lily Orchard shit. I don't care if you fucking A-log them. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. A-log them where they shit at night. I don't give a fuck. I'm basically a part of the DSP detractor community. Like, I don't give a shit. Obviously, I disavow all the doxing stuff, right? Obviously. But, like, I don't care. Who gives a shit about Lily Orchard's media takes? If people want to A-log that and shit on her, who cares? If they want to talk about her being a pedophile, good on you. That's what you should be focusing on. But in Jar's case, he's not a pedophile. He's not a rapist. He's just a loser. That's it. That's it.
Possible crime.
All the side cuck people in the isolated community think we must side with X, regard X because we support regard Y. No, we just laugh at everyone. That's fair. I don't give a shit.
Allegedly, I can't prove it, so let me put that here, but...
Are you kidding me? Did you just say that? Did you just say that? Did you say that there is no evidence of Lily Orchard being a grooming pedophile incest person? Are we serious? Are we serious right now that you are saying that? Vincent.
Media takes are rather god-awful, but I think it's more her sexual deviance and possible crimes. Allegedly, I can't prove it, so let me put that here, but it seems pretty solid to me. And by solid...
It seems solid to me. I get you're saying that you agree with the allegations, but saying it in the way that you did made it sound like that you were like kind of being like, well, we don't really know for certain. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
I mean, what information I know, which could be complete bullshit, but probably not. But does that really matter? When in doubt, they'll just, you pluck someone from that person's fan base.
It does matter. It does matter because if you're somebody going around spreading false allegations and fucking up like Jar did, people are going to catch on and come running at you at full speed to pick apart your bones because you fucked up. That is what happens. There is nothing wrong with self-policing in the community.
Or supporter of some type to sort of prove how much of a spur that content creator, because their fan is, or their friend or associate, guilt by association is what I'm pretty much saying, to judge these people. In some cases, it might apply, but most of the time, who the hell knows?
How does guilt by association work with Jar? How does that work? Jar fucked up a story so bad, and they kept making poor responses after that. Then, with that, all the other stuff leaked about the Kumo stuff. Dude, what are you talking about? What guilt by association? The association was Jar giving kid glove interviews to a groomer and asking him to do sleepy time calls. That's not an association thing. That's a fucking thing that he did. That's him being an idiot. Chris, you're going to watch the Kumo call with Ponder? Yeah, we're going to watch that. Not today, but we are going to watch it. I want to give it a little bit more time to marinate.
They form these little communities.
Because I'm going to keep a buck. I've tried my hardest to be nice about the Ponder stuff. I can't. I can't do it anymore. I'm sorry, Thuman. I just can't do it anymore.
And just back each other up. It seems like, unless it's too hot, then they might backstab each other like Becket sort of did with Kumo here. But Kumo gave
dude, that's not backstabbing. If somebody like fucks up to the degree where it's gonna fuck you over, you gotta throw your hands up and just walk away, or you have to talk about it because then it's gonna be used against you, which is what you just did here.
Becket no choice in the matter, of course. And instead of actually having anything grand or substance to say, hell, lolcow content, it's for some. And I can understand it, but try to turn people into lolcows who definitely on the...
Jar has been a lolcow for fucking years. He was just bubbling underneath the surface. It was eventually going to happen. Jar isn't just some like manufactured lolcow we all made. Jar is a purebred lolcow, dude. He always was. It was just a matter of time until it finally came out, and it did.
The borderline is questionable, and a lot of these streamers are practically puppet to their chatters. Yeah, that very streamer just...
Hey, fuck all you assholes, all right? Kill yourselves, every single one of you. I hope you're having a horrible life.
Streamer, and depends on who the chatter is most of the time. But at the end of the day, this is its own sort of content farm. But what they're farming is a little bit different than what someone like Illuminati or other people like that. See 8 Bomber Guy's video, even though I don't totally like 8...
I'm so sorry, wait a minute.
Illuminati sort of content farm. But what they're farming is a little bit different than what someone like Illuminati or...
Illuminati, gay opt people, lied about people, slandered people, tried to kick somebody out of their house. The thing is, Vincent, and you really need to understand this, okay? You really, really need to understand what makes a cow and somebody worth milking. It's that they continue to fuck up and more information keeps coming out about them that continues to make them the fuck up. And then they start doing more stupid shit, like going into a YouTube video like this, thinking that it was going to help vindicate them, and that they can hide what they're trying to say to a smaller audience so that they can garner some kind of sympathy, because Jar can't do anything by himself. The Illuminati thing is entirely different from the Just a Robot thing. They have overlapping themes, but you can't really do a comparison to like, well, people are farming Jar, but, they're farming Illuminati for this. It doesn't matter. It's a farm. Kai Weiss, lolcow. Doodle Tones, lolcow. Heaton, lolcow. Like, dude, it's all bumbling under the surface. And when they get found out, they crash hard.
Other people like that. See 8 Bomber Guy's video, even though I don't totally like 8
You should not be watching the 8 Bomber Guy video on Illuminati. Okay, you shouldn't. It's a dog shit video. You should be watching anything by The Click, Wonderstruck. Is that his name? I forgot. I'm so sorry, Wonder. Wonder... And, shit, what was, my God, I can't remember. The guy that lived with Illuminati. Jesus Christ, I can't remember his name to save my life. Watch all the videos made by them. Yes, Wonder, Click, Oz Media. Thank you, Oz Media. Watch those videos. Don't listen to this retard. H-Bomber Guy can't do anything right.
Bomber Guy, he was sort of on point with that. For reference to that. And I think there's more styles with this sort of a networking going on, which understandable given the rise in popularity and usage of social media like YouTube in this day and age. With that said, I'm done.
This video was the worst fucking defense video of my life. I've never been like so annoyed by something. I don't even care what his other video is, because apparently he made a video on like the incestuous nature of like fucking, what is it, of like Twitch poll and YouTube commentary. I don't care. This video was the biggest mess I've ever seen. Jar. I'm not even mad at Vincent anymore, because like Vincent's just so fucking stupid. It's like aggravating me, because you watched all the content that we've covered, Vincent, involving this. Like, the timeline. I don't know why you're trying to listen to Jar here, but like, Jar, no matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter where you go, no matter what channel you try to talk to make yourself look like a victim, I will go out of my way to A-log it to death, because you will purposely make shit up to make people feel sympathetic to you. You've done it for years and you're still doing it, and it is such a pussy move, and you fucking know it, Jar. Like, fuck off. I know you're watching this, Jar. I know you are. Fuck off. Stop talking. Get over it. Make your content. Christ. Let's keep going. So, Jar puts out a tweet because Becket was covering this and a bunch of other people. And since Jar can't keep his goddamn mouth shut, this is the tweets. I love that a video from a small channel is getting people up in arms. It's the fact that you put yourself into the video, Jar, and you gave your takes in it, and you are more important to the video than Vincent is. Vincent is just entirely misinformed, or was mishandled by your influence. It is obvious. But maybe Vincent's just that much of an idiot, and I don't know. I don't know any of his other any other content that he's done, but it seems annoying as shit, okay? It's annoying as fuck, and it aggravates me to my core. So let's read this here. K-Huck, because you both were in an echo chamber and only wanted to spread your narrative. Good one, dude, because that's how that has worked in your favor before. K-Huck fucking with the chair slam, with the complete chair fucking smack is so true. So true from K-Huck there. So T-Moss Boss, the original A-Log, he's basically like the Tevin of Just a Robot's life. Dude, T-Moss Boss really is like the almighty Tevin to Just a Robot as Tevin is to DSP. He was there from the beginning. Be careful before he calls you the N-word and claims it's constructive criticism. When did I call you or anyone the N-word? Do you have proof? Oh, sorry, you're fans. Is that better? See, T-Moss is kind of being gay here with this. I'll be real. But whatever. It's just him trolling him. He's just trolling Jar. So you lied. Big shocker. Go make another 100 videos about me as you say, as you don't care. I didn't do that. That was made up. LMFAO, after dealing with you for 9 years, I'm going to believe the group all had a consistent story. With no proof. Got it. Bro, you didn't deal with me for 9 years. You were one that made the video after me because you pissed off somebody, Jar. That's your fault. That's your fault. Because instead of just letting T-Moss just like say crazy shit and let it go, you're the one that kept doubling down on it. That's your fault. I kept trying to fight him. Instead of just put out a definitive video, say, here's the stuff. And if people come to you and say, hey, T-Moss did this video, you don't care. That's why you're a cow, Jar. I'm actually surprised T-Moss Boss is still around. Same here. He's made 1,000 videos on me at this point. You've also made a fuck ton of videos on him. Like, why are you trying to downplay this? Ever 1,000 videos aren't all about you. It's about your fans you seem to have no connection with. Maybe your dyslexia didn't see that in the title of the 1,000 videos. You stay saying with proof, and then when proof is provided, you hit us with a good old reliable, sorry I have autism. No, he's sorry he has dyslexia, T-Moss. It's okay not to be a robot and actually be a man so you can own up to your own problems. You're even trying to act like you didn't defend a pedo. True. Jar, just stop. Just stop talking. At this point, just like genuinely stop talking. There's nothing more that you can say that is like going to save you at this point. Not a thing. Because you keep fucking yourself, Jar. That is why you're in the position that you are in, and you will never, ever, 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 ever get away from it unless you stop talking to these small channels who are leaking everything that you do and make videos about you talking about things. Stop it. Cut it out. He will not fail upwards eventually. He'll fuck himself to death. Typical clanker. True. Just a Robot is a clanker, dude. He's not even a clanker. He's a clanker. Damn, it's bad when T-Moss Boss cooks you. True. Look at the comments of the Vincent video. Okay, I'll look at the comments of the Vincent video. What are the comments? Buddy, are you... What the fuck? How is Anthony in here? What the fuck? Dude, Anthony's a retard. I don't even know how Anthony's in here. If it's correctly your videos for reminding everyone that Jar defended a groomer in a failed attempt to defend Jar, you've made yourself look just as bad. Oh my god. What a worthless video. All to get views using Jar's name. A new hand has touched the Jar. Wait, so you knew about the first video that Jar was defending City, and when she was a pedophile and still wanted to defend her, around 4, you cut out a ton of context as to why Jar was sending stuff to Chud, mainly due to Kumo and Jar both wanting to get Cindy on their side. Plus, in the same segment, you said that allegedly Jar was told to send the videos to Chud. Oh my god. Even though at 4:30, you show the clip of Jar telling Cindy that he's going to send them to Chud because he wants to use Chud. Jesus, he's getting raped. Oh my god. The communist creeper. Is he defending Jar? I love how shitty the Communist Creepers channel is. I love it. I love how bad the Communist Creepers content is. It's my favorite. So Communist Creeper comes in. Agree, Becket. The others agree. Becket and the others should have dispelled the Jar-like Coyote lovely narrative themselves, along with a bunch of other headcanon they created to judge Jar irredeemable. No, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. Why did you ignore the part of my video where I say I private the video because the guy I defended physically beat the fuck out of his partner at the time? You are silly. Okay, truly. Oh god, Vincent, you had an opportunity to ask Jar why he made the 2 videos knowing what he knew. And you uploaded a 6-minute in the description, out of context version, reacting to Beckett's stream on Jar. Jar's downfall is his own doing. I'm streaming about this tonight. Oh my God, K-Huck, stop. The Jar story has been consistent from the start. Asking him over and over again probably won't change that. Yes, it will, because Jar hasn't been consistent. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. This dude's just making shit up now. Oh, wait. Is this actually Jar? You gotta be kidding me. I think it's a good video for the most part. Yeah, it's because you're getting your dick sucked. But at 16:20, I was waiting for my roommate to come home so we can not only look at the video, but also over the dock with one another because he has much faster reader than I am. So what? That doesn't change anything, Jar. I just thought my video would, never thought my video would get leaked ahead of time. And that being said, it's nice to see one person looking into things deeper. Thanks for making this video. Oh my God. I'm like annoyed by this. Yeah. All right. I had to leave one comment. I hate Jar so much. All right, we're done. We're done with the Jar stuff. We're done. We're done.
Hey guys, thank you for watching the clip. Thank you, Core, for doing the editing. Make sure you give him a follow on Twitter. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. Check out the link in the description for the lolcow trading card game. There's a brand new pack called Series X. That pack has my card in it, the tipster cards as well. On top of that, there's a bunch of other cast of characters in there, and we're also working towards an ultimate goal for that. So make sure you guys click on the link below. We're going to try and upload daily here and do live streams pretty often, so make sure you stick around and hit that like button. Thanks, guys.